And now I got to my son, my young son, corrupt his mind, and I kind of suspected it, anyway, but I let it play out. Then I noticed that my young son would say certain things. I'm like, how you know all this? He wasn't even around. And if he wasn't around, he was in his room, sleep, whatever. And certain things like, oh, just leave him alone, but yet telling the agencies that I don't want my kids, I don't want my young son, calling CPS, what else? Doing all kind of bad things. And here it is, now that I confirmed, because I was speculating a whole lot, that they're the ones, my whole family was the ones trying to keep me down, who didn't want me to excel. They didn't want to have me recognition. I remember there was one guy who was talking to me, a couple of years back, and they tried to threaten, the dude indirectly. I'm like, what? Who does that? I never said anything. I just watch and observe. But they better get my hair to tell you that right now, because I'm trying to tell you. I'm sorry talking about it. I'm gonna be about it. But my thing is, everything was premeditated. They already knew what my mom had left me. My sister probably told my brother, oh yeah, mama left this for Fatima. Because I remember my mom was telling me, my sister would complain to my mom, you see Fatima, she's on the internet, she's doing this, she's doing that. My mom said, so? Leave her alone, so? And then when I met this guy, me and her, there was nothing like, nothing, we're different fathers, right? And my mom told her, my sister, don't tell me about it. I told my mom, I met this guy, this and the other, not knowing he already knew my sister. She'd been around. I'm trying to tell you, put an innocent role. And then my daughter told me, my oldest daughter was saying, Mama, don't say nothing, but blah, 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 was dating. So I'm like, what? So I asked him. He said, yeah, but I know you guys were related. And I didn't know either. That, whatever, because she's so cunning, you know what I mean? Sneaky. But that's besides the point. My whole thing is, you better get my shit, because it's embezzlement. The investigators were investigating my brother for many years. They wanted to find out who was doing this identity theft. And my thing is, if you're supposed to go to college, went to college, and got a degree, why are you doing criminal activity? So my thing is, it was a book that happened, and my brother wasn't blabbing his mouth about. If you know what the book is, the good book. And my mom told me about it. You guys go look in your archives for that. And all those bullshit allegations, you got something hidden cameras, so you make a decision on that. Fucking bastards. People, they don't pay for everything they do to me, everything. Everything, including